As somebody who is juggling lots of different balls and spinning lots of different plates, both in my personal life and in my business life, I'm always trying to find ways to make life simpler, to streamline what I'm doing, to cut away things that are unnecessary, and to reduce the mental load, basically, is something that I really try hard to kind of reduce the stuff, the noise, to cut things out. And so one way that I can do this is also in my classes. So something I really enjoy doing is trying to be creative with how I can make life simpler for myself across the week. And I do this through my planning. So when I'm planning classes, I think about how can I make life easier for myself across the week. And so whether that's like the things that I have, like all of these props, so many props. And at the start of my teaching career, as a children's wellbeing teacher, as a children's yoga teacher, I would be constantly loading, unpacking and packing bags. I remember a particular time on it used to be a Monday, and I had so many different classes on a Monday. I used to teach mother and baby yoga, then mother and toddler yoga. Then I used to teach a lunchtime club, which was within a school. Then I used to teach an afternoon class, and 2 afternoon classes within that same school, that within curriculum time. And then I used to drive somewhere else, and I used to teach another after school class at a different school in a different area. But what I would sometimes be doing was having like numerous bags for each of the classes. And I mean, I'm saying it now and it sounds crazy, and you may be watching along thinking, why did you do that? That was really daft. And I was exhausting myself, because I was like, I might have been using one prop for one class, and then another prop for another class, and then another prop for another class. And I didn't really think too much about my energy levels, and I also didn't think too much about the practicalities and how I could make life easier for myself. And I think it's mainly because I was worried about earning money, and I just wanted to make my business a success. And so I said yes to everything, and I kind of bent myself so that I could fit around everybody else's timetables. And so over time, what I realized was that actually it didn't work for me to be working in this way. And so over time, I've got better at structuring my days to make more sense. And so it could be, for example, I mean, I don't actually teach parent and baby sessions anymore, but when I did, I kind of decided to have a day that was my parent and baby day. And I taught in different venues and different areas, but on the same day, and that helped me. And it may be that these things don't work for you. The way that I'm describing it may not work for you, but perhaps it's worth considering, are there ways that you can make life simpler for yourself? And so for me currently, that looks like I do an awful lot of teaching within schools. And so that looks like using the same props, or even using the same poses across different schools. I mean, my poses depend on the year group. I have different poses from different pose banks that relate to the development level that the children are at. And so actually it's, they will be different because they need to be to suit the needs of the children. But the props, I can use the same props, but just use them in different ways. And so I tend to use the same prop but in different ways, and it saves me time, it saves me energy, because I pack my bag less times, and so I'm wondering whether, is there a way that you can look at your week or even look at your day and think about, are there some jobs here that I can reduce? Are there some ways that I can cut that out? Are there some things that I'm doing more times than I need to do? Can I move some things around? Can I travel less? Can I, are there ways that you can do less to maximize your time? Because really, time is money, isn't it? And the more we're like moving things, the time that I'm undoing my bag and doing my bag and moving things out of my bag, out of my car and into my car, that's all time that I'm working, and nobody's necessarily paying me for that particular time. So yeah, that's just something to consider, is can you make life simpler for yourself by considering when and how you're doing things, what props you're using when. Can you make life simpler for yourself? Is it possible?